Did the Toronto real estate market just come back to life in June? Some headlines say it is bouncing back, others say it is still stuck. So, what is really going on? Let's cut through the noise and look at three very simple yet powerful indicators: sales activity, inventory levels, and price trends. And as always, I will let data tell you the story with insights that you won't find anywhere else. Number one, sales activity. When we talk about sales activities, you always hear two comparisons. The first one is the year-over-year comparison. We compare the number of sales in June 2025 to June 2024. The number was down, of course. How big was the drop? Surprisingly, only 2.4%. This is actually better than I expected. We are almost catching up to last year's pace. That's a big improvement from May, where the year-over-year drop in sales activities was more than 13%. The second comparison is the month-over-month comparison. We compare the sales in June to sales in May. In terms of absolute number of transactions, we had 6,244 sales in May and 6,243 sales in June. Almost the same number in sales. You might have seen headlines saying June sales were up 8.1% from May on a seasonal adjusted basis. What does that actually mean? In Toronto, June is normally slower than May, so the sales numbers are mathematically adjusted to smooth out to usual ups and downs. But rather than just relying on math formulas, I would say the recent trend is more important. So let's look at what actually happened over the past 4 years. In 2021, sales dropped 7% from May to June. In 2022, down 11% from May to June. In 2023, down 17%. In 2024, down 11% again. And this year, in 2025, no drop at all. That's rare. And it is telling us something. The fact that June didn't follow the usual slowdown means buyers are still out there, and they are taking advantage of a buyer's market. Number two, inventory level. Homes are not selling. They sit on the market for a long time. Unsold listings keep piling up. That's the biggest concern in Toronto's market right now. In January, we started with around 17,000 active listings across all home types. In February, active listings were up by 13.6%. In March, another 20.3% jump, with active listings piling up over 23,000 units already. In April, up 17% again. In May, the numbers surged to almost 31,000 units, another 13% jump from April. That's 5 months of double-digit growth. Listings have been stacking up at a pace we have not seen in decades. That puts serious pressure on prices and sellers' expectations. But something shifted in June. For the first time this year, the pace slowed down. Active listings only rose 2.1% from May. 2.1%. That's a major cooling in inventory surge. So what does this mean? We are still sitting on a lot of supply, and it will take time for the market to work through it. But this sharp slowdown in listing growth is a first glimpse of stabilization. Number three, price trend. Despite all the pressure from rising inventory, prices have been holding up strong. Overall, prices have stayed pretty much flat for this year, with minor 1 to 2% fluctuations. This tells us many sellers are actually not desperate and they are not rushing to slash prices. Now that inventory growth has finally started to slow down in June, I would expect prices to stabilize at the current level as well. So, did the Toronto real estate market come back to life in June? Not exactly. But it didn't take a step back either. Sales held steady even though they normally drop seasonally in June. Prices are still flat. What we are seeing is not a rebound, but a market that's holding its ground in the face of high rates, record listing, and cautious buyers. That in itself is a shift in tone. June did not bring fireworks, but it brought stability. And in this market, that's good news. As always, I will be watching the next move closely. Don't miss the next market move. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you are always one step ahead.